Hi, and welcome back to this Xcom series. I'm Regdrin as before, and we're gonna start by shooting at this large UFO. Well, actually not quite. I want to wait for it to reach land so that we can get a ground mission off of it. Now this aircraft is fast, but it only has one weapon. I gave it a rail cannon, which is the best that we have so far, and it seems to be working pretty darn well. I don't think the interceptor got hit at all. So, large UFOs, no longer a problem. And I'm working on UFO construction, which leads to better a lot of things, including radar aircraft. And since this is a ground mission of a crashed UFO, I can advance time so that we arrive during the day without any shenanigans involved.
Indeed. A little known fact that not a lot of people know about Xcom is that if you actually make a UFO land on water, you actually get to play Terror of the Deep.
And no one wants that. Well, so this is GreenJake, returned to guest star once again, and we now have alien launchers which bring stun bombs, which are much better than the dart guns I was using before. You remember those?
Yeah, I also spotted like a red gun thing in my digger.
Yeah, that was a nuclear heavy laser, which sounds like a pretty awful hazard to carry around. Kind of like the Ghostbusters nuclear accelerator proton packs. But
yeah, I bet it's like it misses like half the time. It's like it's actually worse than dart gun, but it's nuclear.
Well, it doesn't run out of ammo. That's one of the benefits. But you're right that the heavy laser gun is not all that accurate, and that looks like a
what the shit?
That looks like a dinosaur with rocket launchers attached to it. That looks like something out of Silver Age Marvel comics. Yeah. Like, when they really didn't even try to take themselves seriously.
Yeah, that sounds something from a really bad Jurassic Park ripoff.
Yeah, you know what? I'd watch that ripoff, though. Now, by the way, what do you think of the sped-up footage instead of just cutting out the stuff when I'm walking around?
I think that's actually a really good option, but I was actually a little bit afraid that the Together 2 was freaking out, though.
Nope, that was working as intended. So, that's not quite the kind of alien we saw before, but, I mean, anything that we spot and take down without a casualty or other problems, I'll go with that. Now, we also have a couple of new soldiers like Khalili, and Khalili is, well, Khalili has the stats up for a scout, I'll put it that way. I want to get at least a few... Oh, wow. That laser pistol worked better than I expected. And
those things, seriously, are not threatening at all. Like, I think I remember you were talking about it with Tracy, that after a certain point, some aliens just become like I'm just going to shoot you, and you become like my way of leveling.
Now, that's a sectoid, and since this is pretty clearly a terror ship, and because of that, I want to capture when I can, because they often have engineers, medics, and a leader. And, well, you just saw the effect of the stun launcher right there.
Yeah, by the way, that looks like a potato attached to a battery.
The aliens have discovered potato technology. What do we do now? But, now, most terror ships have a particular alien race and their preferred form of terror creatures. But those anthropods, those blue guys, usually bring spitters. And these guys are clearly not spitters. Also, that was the rail sniper rifle, and it apparently hits hard enough to kill those things in one shot, at least from behind. Wow, so holy crap. Rail gun.
And by the way, that is like the most over-exaggerated death scream I've heard. Not only in XCOM, but in most video games. It was like you went back to your character and you could still like hear the death scream, and you like moved him, and this death thing was still going.
Jeez, shoot better, Hamalu. Okay, that is shooting better.
He's just aiming for the UFO, that's why, and there it is, 8 million year lasting scream.
Well, so that takes care of the dinosaur things. By the way, if they do shoot at you, well, you don't want them to do that. I'll put it that way.
It's let me get. Is there like something really stupid like a rocket launcher?
Yeah, pretty much. I know it's area of effect. I think it sets the ground on fire as well.
Wow.
But, so this... And also there was both anthropods and a sectoid there. So this is a mixed race UFO. Oh, jeez!
Oh. Well, rip Hamalu.
Yep, and the scout just panicked and fired all of
Did
its...
that thing not die?
Well, those were only smoke rounds from the scout vehicle.
I thought I heard
that thing that looks like
By the way, that looks like Love Does.
It looks like some sort of giant floating bean, but it's actually incredibly dangerous. And so I believe that's called a celatid, and its properties are, first of all, its profile is pretty small, so it's kind of hard to hit. But more importantly, it has perfect accuracy, or at least I've never seen it miss, and the acid it fires is just not survivable in personal armor like what I have. So if it gets a chance to fire at all, that means one of the Xcom soldiers is going to die.
Wow. And it's a flying being, people.
Yeah. And there's another one. Holy crap. Get out of there. So
I'm actually surprised it has like a really silly effect. It's like
a pulsating floating bean, and its attack is horrifying. Now I have people in back who might be able to take a shot, except that Aeromech is kind of in the way. And I obviously don't want to shoot my own people. That would be bad.
I think you might want to stun it with a potato gun and interrogate it. Like, tell us your secret, Beans.
Well, that was a decent shot. The good thing is that the panic shots that my scout vehicle fired are enough so that the celatid can't see our people from there. Which is good, because if it starts its turn in line of sight with us, it could fire I forget if it can fire 2 or 3 times, but you can probably guess how bad that is.
Yeah. 1 shot, 1 kill.
But I want to be sure, because I don't want... Unfortunately, Kelly is in a bad spot to throw a smoke grenade, so I have to cross my fingers and hope it doesn't move too far forward.
Well, at least it didn't kill anything.
Yes, I was quite relieved. And it's saying something when the standard horrifying plasma weapons of most alien races are less dangerous than the terror stuff that I'm encountering now.
Come on, it's a dinosaur! Can you not hit a dinosaur that's standing still in front of you, Kelly?
It's not far away, and it's large, and Kelly missed it a lot. I mean, yes, XCOM is notorious for that sort of thing, but seriously now. Alright, apparently its
Well,
front
then.
armor is also pretty tough, because rail rifles are no joke. It's okay.
Don't worry, if you don't move, he won't see you. So you'll be safe during their turn because you're not moving. So they're kind of like, oh shit, what do I shoot? Well then.
Well, if Rena Blade
Well
survives... Yeah. Now, you actually mentioned using the potato gun, and it turned out to be a good idea. Because remember how I said that large units get hit 4 times by explosions, like once per tile?
Uh-huh.
Well, that also applies to the stun bomb, which means that it took 4 direct hits from that, so it'll probably be out cold for weeks.
Yeah, and I think it was not that much of a waste to shoot it with all of that beforehand. For 2 reasons. One, it seems to have a lot of HP and like armor and shit. So you
By the
shooting
way-
it that much, like at least lower it to a point where he cannot do anything.
Yeah. Now, that flying bean, that's the same one that I spied earlier and shot once. And I wasn't sure what else I could hit it with, but hey, hand grenades, they're not obsolete yet.
Yay. Honestly, to me it seems that hand grenades are the thing you always spec for this game. Like, they seem that they will never become obsolete, even though I could be wrong.
Well, it depends on the situation. There are some aliens later in the game, and some terror units even early. Whoa, 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 where'd you come from? I was looking down that way before. Jeez, how'd you sneak up on me like that? That was scary.
And the worst part is, they sneaked up and missed.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one moment to shine, and they didn't take it.
Yeah, I bet that monster regrets it, because when I turned around I saw that it was carrying a heavy plasma gun, and that would have almost certainly killed Calloway if it had hit.
Hmm.
But yeah, we found a floater in there that's wearing a cape that is not red, so it's probably a medic or something. Definitely want to capture that. And hey,
Alright.
The only drawback to the potato gun is that you have to reload after each shot, and your inventory is limited for extra shots. But
Right. So basically, it has the problem that Rock Monster does.
Yeah,
Even though the
although-
round seems smaller.
Yeah. The stun bombs are definitely lighter and smaller, so they're easier to handle. And, well, when you compare it to the stun rod or dart gun, it's a pretty easy choice to make. There's a reason that it's hidden behind all kinds of things that you have to research first.
Right.
Like, it's one of those things where only discovering one technology from interrogation is not enough. You need optronics as well as alien subjugation and possibly even something else, I forget. Anyway, I was hoping for better aim, but actually one of them hit, and given the hit percentage, that's about all I could ask for. I also want to check around the UFO to make sure that nothing is hiding there because of, well, you saw what just happened a few minutes ago. I don't want anyone else sneaking up.
Right.
Now,
By the way, I find it hilarious the face that the dinosaur has. Like, it's just always open, like, roar.
roar! It knows it's on camera and it wants to look its best. Oh wow!
Oh, well then.
Well, I figured out what's over
a
there.
dinosaur and a floater.
Yes. And I almost feel like it's a good thing that the bean got to do something, because it would have felt weird hyping up the Celatid so much but not actually having it kill anyone. It would feel like I was just making stuff up to make myself look like I'm facing stiffer odds or something.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, here comes the super duper nuclear weapon. Sure.
And I don't have a line of fire with it.
Don't just make a line of fire. It's a nuclear
weapon. Jeez. No, I know. I will say though.
Where's Michael Bay when you need it?
If this wasn't a guild... Oh, here you go. You have another chance. Shoot the bean. You can't shoot the bean from here. No, do better. Oh, wow. Now that's surprising. Although the accuracy isn't that great, the nuclear heavy laser has pretty good attack power. So I can only imagine that the flying bean is at pretty low health by now. Unfortunately, Deus could not hit it. Oh, that's a problem. It's got line of sight with the bean, and he doesn't have enough time units to move.
Well, at least there's smoke.
No. The thing is, we know that it can see him because he can see it.
Oh.
However, Callily saves everyone by throwing her last smoke grenade.
Alright.
And this is why it's always helpful to keep an extra smoke grenade with you.
Yep.
Well, so what have you been playing recently?
What do you mean by that?
Like, I know you've been playing Dungeon Fighter Online. What else have you been up to?
Not much really. Like, I've been watching One Piece actually, and it's pretty funny. I like it.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that series.
Yeah, apparently it gets to a point where like it becomes filler fast, but at the early episodes are actually really good. And with early episodes, I mean the first 170. And what the heck? Did he almost just hit?
He almost just... Yeah, he almost just hit Callily, yes.
Come on,
wow, I didn't know the cone of fire was that wide. Holy crap.
Yeah, and you found an exit. Maybe you'll find the secret dinosaur now.
You know, that's kind of what I was hoping for. I mean, coming in from both sides, you gotta be careful when splitting up, because if you do it too much, you can be in a situation where one of your guys gets shot and your other teammates can't do anything except go advance up to the place where your previous guy got shot, and then they also may get shot. But if
you could just get like rocket launched down.
Yeah, that too. But in teams of around 4 people, splitting up works pretty well, I think. Now I'm just checking my time units, and I think I can get a shot with my potato gun.
Alright.
There we go.
Got him.
Potato gun is the best gun. No wonder the aliens use it.
Yep.
Huh. And the funny thing is, I can still research better darts for my dart gun, but when you have the stun bomb launcher, there's no reason to.
Yeah, plus, it's not going to fix the fact that it has horrible accuracy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You never actually improve the ergonomics or the iron sights of the gun. And wow, okay, I was afraid, because the thing is, if you can see an alien moving, that means that you share line of sight. It must not have been able to find the right angle to hit us, and now its back is to us, so...
And maybe you get stuck?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Also, a bit of detail that I like for terror ships is most ships have doors that are 1 tile wide, but terror ships have things that are 2 tiles wide, and for good reason. They carry all those big terror units with them.
Yeah, that is actually really cool.
So this is a problem that I've encountered before, and oh geez, they were shooting through a hole in the ceiling that I didn't know about. So goodbye, Deus. And apparently
they did not want Deus to live.
Yep, and But the thing is that Anthropod actually jumped down through the hole, and I don't know why he did that, because that means this happens.
No, he just wanted to crush the...
Oh jeez, that's not the right mouse button, that's not the right mouse button either. Sorry about that, Rance.
The
Holy
yeast!
crap.
Oh my god, the yeast!
Yes, I accidentally just had him burst fire with the laser pistol at my teammate twice. All I can say is I'm glad he was using the weakest weapon we had, because if it was a rail anything, I would have been so embarrassed that I probably would have restarted. I still feel pretty embarrassed right now. I'm sorry for being such a horrible commander.
No, it's alright. In fact, I was actually surprised that you went through this entire time of Xcom without committing friendly fire one time.
I would have liked to hold on to that streak. By the way, this elevator is actually not so bad. Oh jeez.
And then that happened.
Yes. So it's actually good when an elevator goes up to a small room because you have less chances of reaction fire, but geez, it's a good thing that was a plasma pistol. If it was anything bigger, I definitely would have lost another person. But now his back...
Plot twist that when that alien dies, he explodes. Everything dies.
But now his back is to poetry, and poetry has a stun rod, so there we go. And that's the end. And we just captured a new kind of alien. We captured two kinds of aliens, actually.
It's the business dinosaur.
The business dinosaur, yes.
Yes. Hello. By the way, I love how Together Tube named us this agreeable worm and ragged shoat.
Well, thanks very much for joining us. I hope to hear from you again soon. We definitely have plenty of more missions in store, so
yay.
talk to you later.
Laters.